Hey everybody, I'm Andy Smith, your hostess with the mostest. I'm a 30-year comic book veteran, having worked for Marvel Comics, DC Comics, Image Comics, Cross Generation, Ominous Press. You name it, I've probably worked for them. And I do other things art-wise outside of comics in the field of advertising. I've also written some books on drawing comics you might have seen. Drawing American manga superheroes, Drawing Dynamic Comics was my first book. And I also did the handy little How to Draw Superhero sketchbook where all you need is a pencil because you do all the work right inside the book. Enough about that. This is the Book Look series. The Book Look series is where I grab a book off my library. You can see the tons of books I have behind me. And I go through it page by page with you so you can see if it's a book that you might want to buy. I like to know what I want to buy before I buy it, and I feel this is a way to give you some insight into these books. So join me for today's book look. Thanks. Hello everybody, I am Andy Smith, your host with the most, 31-year comic book veteran, working for Marvel, DC, Image, you name it, I've probably worked for them. And here I am today with another book look. Today's book look is going to be another Golden Age comic book. It ran for 4 issues called Strong Man. That's it. That's the name, Strong Man. And it is about, you guessed it, a strong man. I had to track this down. I don't know if I saw it online. I can't remember where I saw this, but just the visuals of it by Bob Powell. He is the artist. I'm not sure if he's the writer. I was like, that is just so cool. It has that Charles Atlas vibe. You remember Charles Atlas ads and comics, turn that skinny guy into somebody big and brawny. So this is Strong Man. And look at this exciting first issue. Strong Man battles a helicopter. Whoa! I can't wait to get in there and turn the page. Now, I've had these books for a few years now. This first issue, which looks pretty beat to hell as it is. I mean, look at the back of this thing. It's very rolled, whereas in the staples should be on the side here, but they're in the front. This issue here cost me, when I bought it, 45 bucks. It probably goes for a little bit more now. I do keep them in their nice little bags and boards. Because, you know, even though they're not in the best shape, I did see one of these in real nice shape going for over 200 bucks. So, but I read these when they came out, so forgive me, I don't remember the story that well. But I do remember this splash page going, that is so cool. And just to read about the strongman up here, it says, he doesn't have muscles of steel. There is no such thing, but he is the strongest human in the world today. His strength, built of bone, sinew, blood, and nerves, was created from healthy living, proper eating, exercise training, and willpower. Follow his example as you now follow his battle against the evil forces that roam the world, and you yourself may someday be known as Strong Man. I actually drew a character for Marvel in 2 one-shots called Strong Guy. So maybe it was meant to be. This book came out in 1955, published by Magazine Enterprises. So there you have it. Bob Powell, like I said, was the artist. Bob's a Golden Age artist. I really do enjoy his work. Just very, you know, all these guys back then were, you could say, classically trained cartoonists. Storytelling, you know, it's basic. It gets the job done. He's playing with panel shapes and stuff. A lot of guys did that back then. I really wish they gave more credit to everybody else. Oh, there he is, a strongman in his costume. Stuff like this I just look at. I love the fact he's not a superhero at all. You talk about aspiring to be a hero. Most people look at like Batman and Tony Stark and go, well, if I just become rich and if I practice my my fighting skills and stuff, and have gadgets. I can be those guys. This dude doesn't even have all that money and stuff. He's just a strong man with a unitard, almost like a wrestler. I'd say his strength is pretty superhuman, though, if he's cracking a telephone pole like that. Here you've got some strongman muscle building tips right here. So you could read these different exercises and stuff that you should do. You know, I say if I ever saw this in nicer shape, I'd buy it. And it would be nice to have a number 1 in nicer shape, but let's be honest, I wouldn't. This book is complete. Everything's there, and that's all that matters. Here he's fighting a gorilla, it looks like. Pretty funky looking gorilla. He drives a strong car, and no, I don't think that's what it's called, but it's pretty funny that it has that leopard print on the side. Nice cartoony art, cartoony, pseudo-realistic, I say, because, you know, he's trying to do more realistic proportions, but the faces are definitely cartoonier. Look at that. Get yourself a miniature camera, $2.95. That, by the way, this book came out in 1955. That is pretty freaking expensive for something out of a comic book. More strongmen of history here. And then, of course, we've got the Red Hand of Moscow. That's right, strongman going up against the commies. Let's see. This guy, these are real people from history. The Frenchman Louis Cyr, who stood only 5'8", but had wrists that measured 13 inches around. Holy crap. And I take offense at that stood only 5'8". I am 5'10". 5'8". There's nothing wrong with 5'8". Now having wrists 13 inches around, that's pretty boss. My dainty wrists aren't like that. And practicing his gymnastics right there. I love, art-wise, I love wrinkles that are just, it's hard to see with the plaid of this suit, but I love wrinkles that are just really slammed in with like the side of the brush, it looks like. Great profile. I did a book look on a comic by Ross Andrew and Mike Esposito called Mr. Universe. Go back through my video library, you'll find it. He's basically a big muscle guy wrestler. Him and Strongman should have teamed up back in the day. It came out around the same time. Would have been a nice little team up there because I don't think he had any superpowers either. You need to be very gentle. And then we get to the last page of issue 1. Of course, you can become a strongman He-Man with these books and stuff. I'm going to have to try to flatten that out. All right, number 2. I don't know who he's fighting, but it looks like he's going up again. He needs to get that train out of the way before this train takes it out. Very exciting. Nice big shot of strongman at the circus here. Uh-oh, he's going to go save those kids from that leopard, it looks like. Leopard, tiger, whatever. Jumping hot toads, Bengals escaped. Oh, it's a Bengal. Oh, look at that. Strongman's a big dude because that tiger's not that big. Oh, he's got to save the lady from falling. You got to love the stories from the 50s, nice and simple, wholesome stories, if you will. And that's it. That wraps up this little first 3-pager. Then we go muscle building, how to start. First, you must eat these good meals a day, drink plenty of milk, and pay attention to what you eat. Be sure to eat a balanced diet. I tell you what, guys, I had my lunch before I came up here, which consisted of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't know about you. I love, to this day, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I had some grapes and some blueberries. And I went a little off the diet reservation and had some Oreo cookies as a slight little dessert. Here's some more exercises you can do. I love dips between 2 chairs. Now, I did this when I was a kid, And I was always scared the chairs would tip forward, and I'd fall, but they never did. So look at that. He taught this kid how to be a strong man, and now look, he's a strong man too. So these books, not only were they fun to read, fun stories, but they were educational. Here he is lifting up the back of a tiny car. On an art note, very simplified face. A lot of this is brush inking. A lot of guys were just using brush back then. Love that. Love this big brawny figure, him stepping out of the car. Right there. Nice camera angle here. Low camera angle using Strongman's legs as a framing device to see the bad guys in the background. Here we get to him lifting the car that we saw on the introductory page. Crashing through doors and stuff. And you look at these books compared to today's comics, look at all this dialogue to read. But here's one of the things, serious note, as I joke around still, but Bob is definitely playing with panel shapes. He's getting a nice big exciting panel on the pages of Strongman that are cool looking. He has this little buddy that's his little sidekick here, this tiny little guy. And he just throws him around like nothing. So, like I said, playing with the different shapes of panels, getting in the big splashy panels for specific actions and stuff. And that's the end of that story. And then once again, muscle building, developing the arms. And he goes into how to develop big, manly arms right here as well. And here's the great thing. For those that don't work out, I do work out. I try to work out 3 days a week for those that care about my fitness. All these exercises, still the great exercises for today. You see all the stuff out there, the different equipment and all that. Just get yourself a couple dumbbells, a weight bench. You're good to go. Talking about forearms right here. This is a real person. He was Italian, Primo Carnera. And then here we go, third story in the book. So these weren't just one big story. You're getting a comic book with 3 short stories. Nice splash panel taking out a bad guy. I assume he's a bad guy. Either that or he just ran into this dude. Excuse me, I remember talking to Graham Nolan. If you don't know Graham Nolan, he worked on Batman forever. He is one of the co-creators. He's the artistic vision behind the character Bane, the DC Comics villain. Now he does his own thing with Compass Comics. He works out a lot. He is a beast compared to me in the old workout way. He definitely looks like the strong man. But these say the perfect proportions. So let's see. 50-inch chest, Bill Trumbo. So he's pointing out different sizes in the real people who have him. Neck, 19 inches, George Katsaneros. Upper arm, 18.5 inches, Alex Aronis. Wrist, 9 inches, Vladislav Tulun. Forearm, 16 inches, Apollon. Waist, 38 inches, Herman Gorner. Thigh, 28 inches, Louis CR. And calf, 19 inches, Louis CR. Now, here's the one thing I'll say. If this is a 50-inch waist or chest right here, this waist is bigger than 38 inches. And I'll be honest, 38-inch waist? Nah, man. If you look at bodybuilders, even from back then, they were tight. They were probably 32 inches. So I take issue with the size of that waist. 6'3", 235. Booyah. And then there you go. I gained 60 pounds of muscles. Ooh, got a tear right there. I should probably tape that. See, if I taped it, though, it actually would devalue this comic some because I taped it. Strongman number 3. Why did Strongman bend the big minute hand? Read the deadly hour. It's because he missed his morning workout, so he's taking it out on the clock. That's why. He's like, no, I need to turn back time. If you could turn back time. Bob Powell, once again. I don't know if Bob wrote this stuff as well. I wish they would give credit, but at least he signed it. Most comics at this time, you didn't even know who drew the stuff. I think his little buddy is just jealous, 1, because he's not Strongman, and 2, because he's so tiny. I'm not even half the size of Strongman. Throwing some dudes. Love these wrinkles in the clothing. It's done so nice. Just love the simplicity of the face. Nice strong jaw. On a serious note, this is beautiful artwork. I know growing up as a kid, I probably wouldn't have appreciated this artwork. But now, drawing comics for, did I mention 31 years, I can really get into this artwork. I mean, yes, is it perfect? Not at all. Does it have its problems? Of course. But overall, at the speed these guys were churning and burning these pages, I think the work is very nicely done. Love that car. Strongman was hiding underneath the car. I still don't know why he's turning back time. Muscle building, the 2-hand snatch. There it is. You grab it low like a deadlift. You jerk it up. Pull it up with your upper arms and then twist up over and press up over your head. That's how you do a 2-hand snatch. If I tried that with any heavy weight, my back would leave me. I think my back would file for a divorce if I tried something like that these days. I still don't know where he's fighting the hands of time. Come on, Strongman. Nice use of silhouette in this panel. Silhouettes are nice. When I was growing up, I'd see a silhouette in a comic, and I'd go, oh, what a cheap way out. Boo. But no, silhouettes are good. It gives the eye a moment to rest with all the other busyness going on the page. It's just a nice way, especially, say, if it's night out or raining like this, to tell the story. Wow, $35,000 bonus offered by the U.S. government for uranium found anywhere. Darn it. Think of how much cash that was back then. The annual salary in 1955 was below $4,000. That's a lot of bank. Kids read comics, though, so get the kids out there. Here we go, some more history. Muscle building world champs. Bob could do a great job of portraiture. These aren't caricatures. Caricatures are really exaggerated drawings of people. These are more of portraitures, and he really nailed likenesses. Oh, there's got to be one more Strongman story. Yes, we finally get to the one on the cover, The Deadly Hour. I could look at this panel so long just to analyze the wrinkles, the great body posture in this guy. Shoes are so well done. Love the way these wrinkles are jammed in there. So nice. Every now and then, Strongman throws on a cape. Any good hero. Here he doesn't need his cape, so he throws it into his assistant's face. Oh, there he goes, bending the hands of time. This is a great pose right here. I don't know if Bob Powell ever drew any Shazam. C.C. Beck was the man with the plan who created Captain Marvel, I should say Shazam, back in the Golden Age and drew a lot of it, but I know other artists did as well. I wonder if Bob did, because that really has a nice Shazam type of feel. And there we go. Let's see issue 4. Saving people on a bridge. Look at this. This comic is beat up. Beautiful, beautiful drawing right here. Mercedes. Looks like Strongman drives around in style. This one's pretty brittle. Need to be a little careful with it. Right here. This looks like it was photo referenced, just the way the scene is set up and stuff. Oh, crashes right into a fire hydrant. And unlike fire hydrants that we see, the water just spurts up and goes right out of the ground straight up. Here, it just kind of pours out the side. That story's wrapped up. Strongman's home gymnasium. I'm not quite sure how effective it is using a broomstick to do things, because there's no real weight to a broomstick, but wonder how many people tried that. Then, of course, with the chair. Now, you can do these different things with a chair. Not quite sure about lifting a chair up with one arm like that. I'm sure it'll build something. I'd like to see the person starting to work out that can balance themselves like that on a chair. I can tell you right now, even when I was like 15, 16, I wasn't doing that. Back to Strongman. Beautiful drawing here. Beautiful pose. These two figures back in perspective, foreshortened very nicely. Great shot of a plane here. The pilot should be fired. It's like, I don't think this smokestack came out of nowhere. Dude just runs right into it. Good thing Strongman was on the water to see it happen. Great car. You can see the reference that is still put into this stuff. Really nice art by Bob Powell. I know I've said that a lot, and I'll keep saying it. Nice looking tank. Bear facts. So out of the blue, we go from every issue of Strongman has stuff about weightlifting and stuff like that. Now he's like, let's talk about bears. Okay. Few pages of ads. Last Strongman story here. Going for what we saw on the cover, saving the people on the bridge. I love panels like this where it's just like a floating head. Once again, just breaks up the visuals on the page. Nice design. Oh no, the bad guy's hacking at the rope. No, I'll save you. And he saved the day. Now, let's identify some birds. That's right, no more muscle tips. No more weightlifting tips. Now it's bears and birds. Oh my. Maybe they knew this was the fourth and last issue of the book, and they were like, let's just throw it all out the window. I don't know, but guys, that's it. That is Strongman from 1959. Beautiful art by Bob Powell. Nice trip down memory lane I thought I'd share with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this Golden Age edition of Book Look with Strongman. If you like good, fun, wholesome comics, check out First Man, my 64-page graphic novel that is on Indiegogo in demand now. You can still get it. Superhero action for a new generation. Fun action adventure. Great artwork. Great story. Check it out. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you next time with another book look. Bye-bye. Bet First Man 2 now, live on Indiegogo.